Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's me, Big Sham Bleece, and I'm back with another video on abruptly TV. As you can see, I'm wearing my pre-shower face. That means I'm going to get in the shower after I do this video. But I am here to talk about the most controversial girl group of all time in the history of girl groups, Destiny's Child. People want to say that they're the biggest selling girl group of all time. Then people want to say TLC is the biggest selling girl group of all time. Personally, I want TLC to be the biggest selling girl group of all time. But we're just going to call both of them the biggest selling girl groups of all time. And anyway, I want to talk about them. Like I said, I did my Escape video, and I'm going to do this one as well. Then after this one, I'm going to do a TLC video. But here I am to talk about the controversy, the success, all of that, all in one video. This could be pretty long. And if you are a Destiny's Child stan, post LeToya and LaTavia, or if you're just a crazy Beyonce stan who thinks she can do no wrong, then this may not be the video that you want to see, and you may not like the things I want to say. So if that is the case, then I suggest you click the exit button in the right hand corner. Anyway, here I am. Let's get right into it. So Destiny's Child, before they became Destiny's Child, they were Girls Time, formed by Matthew Knowles, consisting of 2 girls plus Beyonce, Kelly, and LaTavia. Now, they were on Star Search, and they were actually rapped a song, which didn't make no sense. Matthew, you should know better than that. In the history of Star Search, you have never had people come on there and rap, so I don't know why they thought it would be okay if they got their asses on that and fucking rapped the song, trying to be crisscross or Lil Bow Wow or some shit. But they did it and they lost. But that's okay, because Aaliyah lost too, and she became Aaliyah. What the bitch became that beat her? I'll let y'all tell me. But anyway, after that loss, Matthew Knowles took some creative changes to the lineup. He kicked them 2 girls out and added in LeToya. And let me just clear up the room where everybody wants to say that, oh, Matthew Knowles is Kelly Rowland's father. That's his love child. Well, the case might be totally false. Kelly Rowland's mother was a maid at the time, and she wasn't as fortunate to live in a neighborhood close to Beyonce. So they decided, excuse me, to let Kelly move in with them, so it would be better for all the things that they were doing within the group. Matthew quit his job as a merchandiser salesman to be the full-on manager of the group, and Miss Tina got the name out of the Bible and became Destiny's Child. And you know, at first they were signed to Elektra Records, but they got dropped for whatever reason. LeToya said they had so many doors slammed in their faces. I think that was one of them. But they finally scored a deal with Columbia, and thus they released their first album, that self-titled debut album, Destiny's Child, in 1998. Now, when I was little, of course, I really didn't know what was going on. I was 5 years old, because my birthday is on December 19th. So I was 5, and who really knew? But at 5, I knew the song No, 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 No. They had No, No, No Part 1 and Part 2. They had With Me Part 1 and Part 2. I never heard of With Me until I became older. But I had No, 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 No. They was on Smart Guy singing that song, and I don't know who the fuck told TJ that fucking, what was it, tap dancing to the beat was hot. It wasn't hot, it was fucking annoying. That clack, 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 clack. That was not hot, and he looked extra dumb doing it. But anyway, with that being said, they Destiny's Child pretty much blew up, and you could tell they were blowing up because they did their first album, and then they had their second album a year later, The Writers on the Wall. But on the first album, I will say, from what I've heard in the harmonies, on the chorus and whatever the case might be, you could hear all of them though. Beyonce was the lead singer appointed by her father, which was bullshit, and you frequently heard Kelly, but that was okay because you still heard all of the girls. Like, I heard LeToya, I hear LaTavia, and I hear Kelly, and I hear Beyonce all on the chorus, which is great. I love that. There's nothing more than I love to hear all voices becoming one on a song. You hear each and every one of them. And one thing I didn't like when they did the live performances, Kelly, whoever the case might be, they always lip sync the chorus. I never like that. I want to hear all your voices on the performance as I do on the CD, because watching your performance just like listening to the CD, I don't like that. I want the live experience, the full live experience. I mean, the girl groups that I see, like In Vogue, they do it. They sing the verses and the chorus live. SWV did it a few times. They did that live. Escape did it live. TLC was the only group I know that didn't do it live because they didn't have strong voices. But when you have a girl group who have strong voices like Destiny's Child, Escape, and Vogue, there's no reason why y'all should be lip-syncing to a goddamn backing track. But with that being said, I loved it. I really didn't hear the first. I really haven't heard anything of Destiny's Child other than the goddamn singles. I really don't have no interest because I feel like it's like listening to just a Beyonce album. Too much. With that being said, I will say from what I heard, it's excellent. They put out great material. But anyway, 1998 was their first album. Then they came out with their second album, The Writers on the Wall, in 1999. Now, y'all all know the controversy behind that, but I'm just going to break it down and be as fair and unbiased as I can. But, you know, they did, DC4 did finish that album together. But they were just promoting it, putting videos out, putting singles out afterwards. And LaTavia and LeToya were in the Bugaboo video. They were in the and in the Bills video, but however the Jumper video and the Say My Name video, they were not. LeToya and LaTavia said they were noticing things that were unfair in reference to management. And what kills me about the whole management situation is that Matthew knew LeToya and LaTavia since they were fucking pint-sized. So, and the innocence of watching them mature and grow into beautiful young women, like, why would you even want to dog them out? Like, it just shows, like, what type of businessman he is. Like, I would think that he would think of these girls as family, too. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, you spend so much time with them, like, there should be, like, a bond. Like, you should be, like, you should be the alpha dog, and these should be, like, your pups. Like, I don't understand why you would want to do them wrong. But they said they were noticing unfair things, like he was taking all the money. LeToya and LaTavia couldn't pay their phone bills, yet Beyonce driving around in a Jaguar. Kelly was probably driving around in a Honda or Pinto, but you know, whatever the case might be, it was just unfair. And they had a problem with it, so they wanted to fire Matthew as their manager. And you can tell, like, they were young. And I know another thing, LeToya's mother said that, you know, she wanted to look over the contract before they can become Destiny's Child first. But you know, when you got your daughter, she want to be famous, she want to make all this money, she want to live her dream. She just said yes anyway. And I really don't blame her for doing that. But it did go so that it did kick her in the face in the future. But then that kick was removed out her face because LeToya ended up blowing up as a result. But anyway, I was noticing things unfair, and they just want to fire him as the manager. But you can tell, like, that don't make no sense. This is Matthew's group. He is the manager. Beyonce's the lead singer. Y'all can't still be in his group, but he's not managing y'all. So they should have known better than that, but they didn't. And I don't blame them for that. They were young. But as a result, he kicked their asses out of the group. And for the Say My Name video, brought in Michelle and Farrah. Now, they were actually saying that, you know, people was hitting them up like, hey, why you missed this video shoot? Why you missed this photo shoot? Why you missed this appearance? Why you missed this show? And I'm just wondering, like, as they were sitting around basically doing nothing, like, what was y'all mad at? Why wasn't y'all calling and seeing, like, what was going on, whatever the case might be? And then they had to find out that the Say My Name video premiere, and they wasn't in it on BET. Ain't that embarrassing? And another thing, they were also saying that LeToya said she talked to Beyonce on the phone. It was clearly a misunderstanding, miscommunication. So you could tell Matthew was in her ear telling her, like, all this bullshit, like, you know, they trying to steal all the money, they shady. And why wouldn't Beyonce believe her father? Like, he's responsible for all of this, and why would he lie to her? You know, that's probably what she was thinking. But for me, I probably would have tried to get both sides of the story. And I probably would be like, okay, we need to all have a talk, because you telling me this, you telling me that. Like, I don't know LeToya to be no liar, and I don't know you to be one. So somebody lying, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this, because, like, this is my sister, this is my best friend, but you are my father, so we need to have a group discussion. But you know, Matthew, I heard he was like, he used to say some shady things. He used to make Kelly cry all the time. He used to say things like, y'all should be even, LaTavia said that she used to make Kelly cry all the time, and he used to say things, y'all should be glad I'm even giving y'all money. So just imagine the bullshit he was probably saying to Beyonce. He was probably saying some shit to her like, you look, you either gonna play ball, you gonna go home. And she probably was like, okay, we gonna play ball, I'm batting for you. But anyway, so they proceeded without LeToya and LaTavia and added in Farrah Franklin and Michelle Williams. Now, they were added in pretty much when they were going on tour for the Writers on the Wall album. They didn't have any vocals or anything on that album. So LeToya and LaTavia had everything on the album, royalties, everything. That's why they still like have money. LeToya ended up opening her own boutique. I don't know what LaTavia was doing. She did go into depression and alcoholism a little later, but they won the Grammys and all of that. Farrah left the group. She was out of the group 5 months later because she said she felt like a non-motherfucking factor bitch, and she had low self-esteem issues. And you can tell the difference. Like with LeToya and LaTavia gone, they really started to do Beyonce a little different. Because before, they didn't really do. They started to make Beyonce look a little bit more glamorous to make everybody else look a little plain. Like, you could tell not as much time went into them as it went into Beyonce, which wasn't right. So I can understand, like, how could you not have self-esteem issues being in this group? Like, she wasn't singing. She's a background singer. I would never sign on to be a background singer when I know if I could sing just as good as, if not better than, the actual lead singer. Like, look in the past girl groups, usually the best singer is the lead singer. And in Destiny's Child, I feel like Beyonce wasn't the best singer. Kelly can sing. Michelle Williams can sing. Like, I'm really saying I prefer her voice over Beyonce's. LeToya can sing. LaTavia was the only one who couldn't out-sing none of the girls. Like, her voice was just average, but that's okay. With that being said, you know, they really started to change. Like, they was making Beyonce look glamorous, and I would just be sitting there like, okay, y'all not gonna make me look glamorous? Y'all ain't gonna do more of this? Y'all ain't gonna do no more of this? Like, that's it. But anyway. And I remember watching a video on YouTube about, I think it was a Diary of Destiny's Child, and they was planning the tour, and Kelly Rowland was like, I want Bugaboo like to be on the end of the show or near the end. Beyonce was like, I don't want Bugaboo to be the end. I want Jumpin' Jumper to be the end. Kelly was like, okay. I mean, at that point, Kelly Rowland probably scared. She probably like, well, bitch, shit. They didn't kick LeToya and LaTavia out like there was nothing there. It would probably do me the same way. So I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to be seen and not heard. And I think Farrah had a problem with being seen and not heard, which is why she was like, fuck this group. I ain't going to no tour dates. I ain't going to no rehearsals. Fuck it. And they kicked her ass out the group. If she was smart, she would have stayed in, did an album with them, collected all those royalties, and won a few fucking awards. Then left. It was like, okay, y'all gonna make me rich, then I'ma leave. That's what I would have did. But she couldn't take it, and she left. And I don't blame her, because I'm not gonna be second fiddle to no fucking one, especially if I know I'm just as qualified, if not overqualified for the situation. See what I'm saying? But they moved on, and I want to tell you, you can really tell the change on the Survivor album than the previous two albums. It was becoming to a point, it was Beyonce everything. She was in the middle. Really, you can't put a girl in the middle on the four-member girl group, or four-member group, because there's no middle. There'll be two in the middle, if anything. But for a trio, you can easily put Beyonce middle and Michelle and Kelly on each the other side. And they had, Beyonce was light skinned, you know, they had all this high yellow blonde hair in her head. It was easy for her to outshine Kelly and Michelle. And I will say intentionally, if not intentionally, because Beyonce, you ain't stupid. You may have acted stupid, but you ain't stupid. You knew what was going on. And even in the music, like, the music changed. Like, before you could have all the girls in the chorus. Now all you hear is Beyonce. You hear Beyonce on the chorus. You may hear Shell in the back singer on the chorus. Emotions taking me over. But you hear Beyonce singing so high, like you barely even hear her. I didn't hear Kelly. So you got Beyonce on the chorus, Beyonce on the ad-libs, Beyonce doing backing vocals for herself and doing backing vocals for Kelly and Michelle sometimes. So it's like, why are you doing backing vocals for every fucking body? Ain't that what your background member should be doing? I don't know. I mean, it was just like Beyonce out. Like, it was just too much going on, which is why I say I would rather listen to a Beyonce album than Destiny's Child album, because I want to get all the girls, but I'm not. I'm just getting one girl. So if I want to get that one girl, I just listen to that one girl's fucking album. See what I'm saying? But anyway, and that's what I didn't like. And even then, they were still lip syncing to the backing track on their performances. When you have three girls who can sing their asses off and got powerful voices, but they still lip syncing, and it's annoying and irritating, and it's funny to watch Michelle and Kelly lip sync to a voice that ain't even there. It's like, we know y'all ain't singing that because we hear Beyonce on that chorus. We don't hear y'all, so what are y'all lip syncing to? Y'all look stupid. But anyway, which you've been looking stupid since the beginning of the time, so I guess so. But anyway, with that being said, with the Survivor album, the singles were great. I love the singles. And they took a little break. Beyonce became this big star. And I remember seeing one special about, I guess Destiny's Child supposed to be the best and all that shit. I doubt it. But Matthew knows, his dumbass, you know, Beyonce, she's this megastar. Kelly Rowland has the #1 album in Europe. I'm like, in Europe, bitch. Why you ain't do... If Matthew Knowles was a smart businessman, he would have made sure that all of them were stars. Like with Janet and Michael Jackson, they made sure like both of them were stars. The Kardashians, all of them got their own kind of claim to fame now. Even though Kim's still the megastar, all of them making money for Kris Jenner. So if Matthew was smart, he'd be trying to make it so that all these girls making money. Michelle Williams, the #1 star in the gospel world. Kelly Rowland, the #1. I don't know. I really don't think Kelly Rowland really could have came out with Beyonce, because like I don't know what type of genre of music Kelly does, but Beyonce was doing R&B, so if he was gonna make it, he probably could have put Kelly into the pop world, but then again, Beyonce crossed over to pop, so that would have been like a little conflict of interest. He should have just made Kelly Rowland a #1 actress, but at the time he was trying to make Beyonce an actress. So Kelly, you really just got the you really just got the second end of the short end of the stick. Like, he said you were like a niece to him. Well, he damn sure didn't treat your ass like you were one of his daughters. He sure did treat you like a niece. I don't see how you dealt with it. But anyway, they took a little break, then they got back and did the Destiny's Field album. That album was the lowest selling. It wasn't the lowest selling, but it wasn't as big a success as the Writers on the Wall and the Survivor album, which I don't understand. Like, they should just, if this is gonna be your last album, go out with a bang. I always wonder, like, why didn't they do music like equivalent to like Beyonce's first album? That would have been hot. Like, all them doing Beyonce songs, like, that would have been fucking hot. But anyway, with that being said, and you know, it pretty much was like no different than the Survivor album. Like, they claimed that it was just, I read something, they were saying that the fans were complaining that it was too much Beyonce, so it was like completely equal, which was false, because like I said, you got Beyonce on the backing tracks, on the backing vocals, you got Beyonce on the ad-libs, you got Beyonce on the chorus, and you got Beyonce doing all the verses. Well, majority of the verses. You only got Kelly and Michelle getting snippets of the goddamn song. You never hear a song with Michelle killing you with her runs and Beyonce just shuts the fuck up. You ain't got Kelly killing you with her runs and Beyonce shuts up. Beyonce never shuts up, and she always killing you with her runs. Couldn't have done that, especially if I know if I can run a riff better than you, which I'm pretty sure Michelle can. Anyway, and you know, that was it. They just decided to break up. And it's funny because Michelle was saying that, you know, when they were saying like, this is our last time on the stage together performing as Destiny's Child, this, that, and the third. And Beyonce and Kelly Michelle like, you know, this child is over, basically. And Michelle was saying, you know, I don't know what the future holds. Like, at least she's trying to keep some fucking hope alive for the fans. These bitches just like, we over it. And then afterwards, Beyonce continued to be a megastar. Kelly fucking wandering around, don't know what she want to do, and Michelle is just Michelle. I feel bad for Michelle because she has so much talent, but she really can't break out into none of the genres that she tries to do, whether it's R&B or if it's gospel. But I guess, but in lighter news, you know, Beyonce did reach a milestone when she actually thanked LaTavia and LeToya at her Millennium Awards speech at the Billboard Awards, which was so decent of her. Nobody expected that shit. And it just makes me wonder, like, are they going to get back cool now? I would really like to see a reunion where you have DC6, all of them, but I don't think Farrah will be back. And, but I would love to see DC5, but my thing is, they're going to reunite, do a whole new album, because if y'all reunite, LaTavia and LeToya ain't going to sing at all, unless that one song they all did with, which was called Can't Help Myself, but that song wasn't hot. I don't think they ever performed that. So, I would like them to do a new album with all them lead singers. No more Beyonce'd out. We just want all of y'all. We want Destiny's Child. And, you know, LeToya, she's best friends with Michelle now. And I seen an interview that she did with Kelly, and it's on YouTube, so look it up. And she was saying, boy, when I seen them, I didn't see two friends who were best friends from fucking 11 to 18. I just seen two girls sitting there who just knew each other. You can just tell, like, there may have been a little bit of animosity. And at the BET Awards that premiered on Tuesday, I believe, was it Sunday, I was hoping to see a picture, because LeToya and Michelle sat together at the award show. I was hoping to see a picture with LeToya, Michelle, and Beyonce, but I didn't, so that's very unfortunate. But I would like to see them reunite and get back close, because like I said, like they say all the time, like, we were sisters, so act like sisters, bring it back. Like, I don't understand why y'all wouldn't want to bring it back if y'all claim y'all were so close. That's the funny part to me, but I would really love to see it. Hopefully we see it in the future. But that's pretty much my review on Destiny's Child as a whole. Like, I did enjoy them. Like, I love what the girls are doing. Well, really, not LaTavia. Hopefully LaTavia can get a show in Atlanta. She's in Atlanta now trying to act, so hopefully she can land a role on the Tyler Perry show or a movie or be on The Game, which films in Atlanta. So hopefully that, because, you know, she's coming back out with a book and everything. Hopefully she comes back out with a bang. LeToya's third album's coming out, and I love LeToya. She's my favorite member of the group. Beyonce's album 4 was amazing, and it pissed me off that she only got 2 Grammy nominations, because what didn't she give you on 4 that she gave you on B-Day to deserve all 6 nominations and awards that she won? It was bullshit. Michelle, you know, Michelle just Michelle. I follow Farrah Franklin on Twitter. She follows me back. And Kelly Rowland, she took the world over with Motivation. Kind of died down a little bit. Her performance at BET Awards last year was great, but she lip synced to it. That's the only gripe I had with it. And another thing, but she's coming back out with the single Ice featuring Lil